Hello everyone. If you would like to scan the QR code, if you need to have text of the transcript of our presentation appearing on your phone, please do. If you don't want it, that's fine. When I break out into interpretive dance, it doesn't work quite well. No, don't worry, I'm not going to do interpretive dance. That's my colleagues. So, we're going to be talking about digital freedom, digital skills, that kind of thing, and what we do with clients and supporting clients in that area. But beforehand, Edinburgh is famous and Scotland's famous for really good rock bands. Yeah? Yep? No? Okay. And one of them in the 80s was the Proclaimers, who were actually from 4 or 5 miles away in Leith in Edinburgh. Has everyone heard of the Proclaimers? Okay, so I'll come back to this bit in just 1 second. And for those who don't know, this is the song. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be, okay, that's not as loud as it could be, perhaps. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along. So, some of you have got a bit of paper, and we like to, they're talking about a journey about going 500 miles. Well, accessibility is also a journey. And so you've got words in front of you that allows us to sing our version of this song. Now, you don't have to sing, and if you really don't like singing or hearing other people sing, you can leave and come back in about 2 minutes when the laughing has stopped. But I've done this in 8 different countries, and surely in UK and Scotland and the Global Moot we can do better than New Zealand, who had we don't have enough people there, but they had 200 odd people singing Pink Floyd and The Clash. And in Scotland we had Swedish people singing along to ABBA song, Fernando, but they were talking about learning analytics. So, let's go back and put the session on here. And start the presentation again. So, okay, so we have some choristers here. Come on up. Who'll be able to, who's going to lead the singing? I can't sing, but I'm a different level. Come on, you want me to do it as well? Yeah, okay, so are you willing to do this? Okay. And this is a really good way to, for your own staff CPD, to get them actually involved in embracing the journey of accessibility.
Right, will we get some rhythm?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
2, 3. When I design,
yes, I know I'm gonna be the one that lays it out just right. Clear headings in line, and the focus gonna be on every user who should have the equal rights.
Down to chorus.
When I add links, yes, I'm gonna write the kind that tells you where to go. It's a journey. No more click here. Just a phrase that makes it clear, and so screen readers can follow what I show.
And I would go...
Oh, hold on, wrong one. That one. And I
would
go that extra mile to make my course inclusive too. I'd fix the things that block the path so every learner can get through. Na 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 na, da 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 da. Da 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 da. And I would fix 500 errors, and I will fix 500 more, just to be the one who gets inclusion right in my Moodle course. Welcome on the journey. And that is recorded. And we have really good microphones, so everyone is individually recorded there. This is for bribery. Yes, and corruption. No, sorry, I forgot to, I'm not talking about politics. Not allowed to talk about politics. Oh, freedom. Clearly not talking about politics. So, digital freedom. People often forget that accessibility is about agency. And I don't mean travel agencies, although it's a journey. I mean about providing agency and control to learners. So one of the things we have as part of our Moodle toolkit, and hopefully that transcription is still all working. It didn't crash during the singing. No, it didn't. That's good. So we provide guides and supports directly for students as part of the toolkit to enable them learn about the one product or application that they use more than anything else and have never had training in. So you can either shout out, put up your hand, interpretive dance, email me, text me, WhatsApp me. But has anyone here ever taken formal training in their browser? I don't see any interpretive dance, waving, singing. But yet, we use it for our email, for our LMS, for Canva, graphic design, project management. Pretty much every function of what we're doing is either in dedicated apps, but mostly 70 to 80% of usage online is a browser, and virtually nobody knows how to use them properly. That's a problem, isn't it? So that's one of the things that we do. We automatically detect the operating system and browser the user is using at that point, and then provide them guides and tips to actually know how to use things that might be useful for them. This is our current version. We have others coming as well, where it also then has the affordances or benefits of the operating system, like voice control, dictation, and so on. But these are things that loads of people want to do, like dark mode. All my team who are here, they all love dark mode for some reason. I don't. I just find, like, I see screenshots, so can you show me that? And I'm going, it's all dark. That's not how most of the world looks at it, but some people like dark mode, so be it. Agency, choice. It's the user, not me, who should dictate that. We also provide then guidance on how to create accessible documents. I mean, yes, our toolkit and stuff, we do training for staff and a whole 4-hour section on how to create accessible Word documents. Should be 20 hours just on Word documents and about 80 on PDFs, however, 4 hours. But here we have something for students, a simple step-by-step linking off to Google's or Microsoft's guidance and videos. Because they need to know, as one blind lecturer told us, students should be able to submit accessible assignments. But if their lecturers don't know how to do it, it's a bit of an ask. So this is why we have it there for both the lecturers and the students to learn. We also then have it for presentations, be it Google Slides or PowerPoint. I don't know shares in Microsoft. However, Microsoft products are much better in my experience and the experience of our clients than working with Google Slides. But then it comes to formats, and this is really agency. It's our content, but your choice. You won't know if students haven't told you that they've got a barrier. What do I mean by that? So I worked for a really lovely corporate company. They were awesome. They saw accessibility as a business necessity. So every video they created, they had captions in English and 5 other languages. Because they were multinational. So they wanted to at least hit that many of their team. They had a full transcript because they wanted it printed. So the Word document version of the video, because they wanted to be able to print it. And printing videos, how many here have printed videos recently? No more interpretive dance, and that's a problem. So understanding formats, it's about what the user needs then, and barriers are often related to a situation or a disability. And you won't know that situation. So I used to play chess semi-competitively in clubs. I was okay. Got up to 1,800 feet or so. Okay, club player. I used to walk around with an openings book in my hand. And I walked into a few lampposts in my time, shall we say. But although chess is not the easiest thing to listen to in an audio format, but for other topics it certainly is. So now I often listen to audio copies of my content instead of actually reading the book while I'm going, when I'm traveling on trains and so on. So giving students a control over what format, be it Braille, EPUBs if they're using a tablet, or different types of documents like DocX instead of PDF. The UK government say a PDF is the last choice you should have. Start with HTML and work down until you hit the wall with PDF. They don't say the wall hitting bit, that's me. So what we do, we enable within the course, be it a book, page, or 20 to 30 different formats of things like PDFs, DocX, PowerPoints. It'll convert that into whatever format the student needs at that point in time. So they might want docx when they're on their laptop, or audio when they're walking home, or if they're dyslexic. And in text formats, it isn't just one format. Because what if that's a PDF of a spreadsheet? You don't want to have to get it from Word back into Excel, because sometimes copy and pasting spreadsheets in particular, you could say it's messy, arduous, not the best experience, or just shockingly awful. So in this case, in enabling people to choose the particular text format they need, which we don't know. I mean, UDL, Universal Design for Learning, is really important, enabling multiple formats, but you won't know their needs at any particular time, so you need systems to help you create accessible content, and the system will then give it to them in formats that they need. Same with audio. Interesting thing, offline audio players often don't have a speed option. So you need to offer multiple speeds. There's not just one speed. You shouldn't listen to me speed it up, I sound like a chipmunk. Not good. Me, chipmunk of this size, is a bit of a scary thought. But allowing that is important, because people who are learning in a second language or have a learning disability will want slow or slower or very slow, depending on their needs. I won't know. You won't know. Or if you listen to audio a lot, you like it faster. Sometimes. And Braille, there isn't just one Braille format to rule them all, as some platforms and stuff might suggest. It actually depends. It depends on the platform, the device, their purpose, and then there's often other options as well that might be needed. You need to give control to the students and the learners or the staff to decide what they need and when they need it. And that's really important. And that's what this whole digital freedom is. It's about giving them skills and giving them content in a way that supports them at that point in time, because that might change. I know someone who was no disability per se, but at home, they often are carrying something in one arm as they walk around the house. So they like to listen to their content rather than reading it on a screen. That's a situational barrier. You won't know those, you shouldn't know those, it's not your business. But you need to enable and give agency to the learners to make decisions on those. So, wanted to keep it short. It's about skills, and it's about content, the way they need it, when they need it, and good singing skills too. So, any questions? And hopefully, or anyone who has any experience with dealing with teaching students skills, or if you have experience with delivering different formats of content for UDL, do feel free to contribute, please. Anyone? There we go. This is Rob from DCU.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Gavin. Really, really interesting. A question just on the Brickfield guides that you showed us there. Is there logging available on those that we would be able to track and see how many of our students and teachers are clicking and browsing the guides?
So in the version of our guides, which gets released at the end of, I think it's next week, there is going to be logging and full reporting on that. Pretty much we log everything, but we didn't add in logging on that initially. We were double checking because it was originally a prototype, which is one of our products that we'll release in December is the transcription service you're using, if you're using it. That is something, it's a prototype at the moment. So we usually start off and then get feedback from clients. So we have 180 institutions that we deal with. Actually just about to jump to 280. So that's something which we get feedback from them on how they work, because they're the ones closest to the students. So they're the ones supporting students. But yes, if you suddenly find that lots of people are using iOS or Android, then you need to really think mobile first, which people still aren't, especially SCORM objects. They just don't scale down to something that's this big.
Thank you.
Anyone else got a thought or a comment? Gosh, they're all sung out. Okay, well, I just wanted to keep this.
Gavin, one more over here.
Oh, there is? Sorry.
Hi, good morning. I'm Kimberly from Caricom. Question with regards to the transcript service that you were utilizing. Does that integrate with Moodle or any of?
So it's designed to be something separate. At the moment, we're going to be prototyping it with a few organisations who've already said, yeah, we want that for every class, because they have foreign students and this kind of thing just helps. So we're going to prototype and play with it over the next 2 months before we finalise exactly how the service works. It's probably going to be a separate thing from our toolkit, but of course, our toolkit clients will get a significant discount on being friends with us already.
Is one of those providers Big Blue Button?
Who?
Big Blue Button.
Big Blue Button, well, this doesn't work with them, but I am going to chat to Fred. I know Fred has plans in this direction, in Big Blue Button, and I really do like Big Blue Button as a video platform. The one thing I always liked in it, better than any of the others, was its collaborative notes feature during the actual video session. But the API and the details it gives back to Moodle is awesome. But they don't have that, but this is something which we'll certainly be looking at, talking to others as well. But primarily we're going to do it as something that in a class, someone can go, new session, and go.
Okay, thank you.
But of course, we'd love your feedback on it, because one cool thing about it as well, which I'll just do now, is what's the most annoying thing you found when you have used these kind of systems, especially other ones? You should all have a little button appear at the bottom of it now that you can download the whole thing. That's usually quite nice as well. No? Hasn't? Doobie-doobie-doo. Appeared for me. You want to reload? No? Did it appear for anybody? Supposed to have. It did. Fine. There we go. Prototype. Live demos of prototype software is always the best fun. So, anyway, come down, and if you want to get one of our accessibility cubes, we've got some down here at the bottom. If you'd like to grab one of them, didn't grab it yesterday, that's great. Otherwise, come down to the exhibitor area and say hi to us there. 5 of our team are here, so thank you very much.